September 30th. No, it's October 1st. It's the end of September, you know, basically. And so it's been 3 months since my last update on the yarn stash, and boy, did stuff happen. So first, I got some yarn. So first, I got this yarn, which is a little off-white acrylic, the cheap stuff from the store, and I got it from the gingham blanket, so that was fun. But then, when I was looking for it, because I wanted to make that blanket, because it's fall and it's perfect time and weather to make that blanket, so I'm really excited to do it. So I went first to the thrift store, see if maybe there wasn't the yarn that I was looking for there that would allow me to have it for cheaper, because thrift store is cheaper than store. So that's what I went, and I saw yarn that was a little darker, which is this one, and I liked it, and I thought it was better, but it was a little off, and I was like, it's 15 bucks, 15 bucks for yarn, fuck me. So I was like, no, it's too expensive, I don't want that, I know I can have the other for cheap. And then, so I went to the store which is next to it, and I got this one I didn't buy at first. I got this one that was 14 bucks, and I only have 10 balls of yarn. And this one is 15 bucks, but there are 15 balls of yarn. So like, this is ridiculous. Why couldn't I just buy the thrift store one? Because it's cheaper on the whole thing. It's only €1, €1 more expensive than the other, and I like the color better. So I should totally buy this one instead. So I went back and I bought this one with the obvious purpose of returning this one to the store. And then I realized, when I had both of them in my car at the same time, just before I went to return this one, that this one is a lace weight. It's much too small. I'm supposed to be using normal worsted, yeah, like 4-ply yarn for the blanket. So that is just too fine, too thin. So there I was with both of them, and only one of them was good for the blanket. And then I just like this yarn, and it's 15 bucks for 15 balls. And I've just been looking for like a big amount of yarn for one thing. Like, I want to make a long cardigan with pockets. I need a lot of yarn for it. And since I will not be able to find again yarn that I find in the thrift store, I cannot find it in other stores, because most of the time it doesn't have like a sleeve or anything, so I have no idea what it is. I just need big batches for stuff, and this is a big batch. I can probably do the cardigan with it. So I didn't want to part with it. And also, well, technically I think it's possible to return stuff from the thrift store. Honestly, it's a little unethical and I'm not comfortable with it. So yeah, I broke the ban and bought some yarn. But in my defense, that was not the plan. That was miscalculation on my part, and I don't regret it all that much. I also got, for free, so I did not buy yarn, more yarn, I got this bag that was at, there is an association next to me that has like a free shelves for stuff. Like, people don't want you to get rid of it, but they don't want to go to the thrift store to donate it, so they just donate it there. And if you're poor like me, you can just pick stuff for free. And I picked a lot of stuff there, and one of the things that I picked was this bag of yarn, because free yarn, I never say no. the ban was to not buy yarn, not get yarn. If I get yarn for free, totally. So that's what I did. I got it and I jumped on it. And it's this bag of assorted, like there is those two that are the same color, but most of them are just widely different colors of Boucle yarn. And no, I have no idea what I'm going to do with it. I have never worked with Boucle yarn. I am not super comfortable with it. And it's such a weird mismatch of colors, but it was free. So I'll figure something to do with it way later. Actually, my neighbor just asked me for a Christmas present and she wants headbands to cover her ears while she's running. I mean, I could do that with those. Sure. And this way, they will all have the same texture and size. Yeah, maybe I will. So that's the yarn I got in the last 3 months. It's reasonable, you know. But yeah, I haven't really done as much as I wanted. Mostly, I spend a lot of time not knitting or crocheting because I was not procrastinating in the sense of didn't want to do stuff, but I was like, I had time sensitive stuff. I had the micro crochet blankets that I wanted to do, because I wanted to renovate my doll RV and you know, make a video to say like, I did not go into vacation this year, but instead I renovated an RV. So yeah, that was a good idea, but it turns out I already knew it was going to be true. I hate micro crochet with a passion, and also I'm doing granny squares for it because that's the style I was going for, but I hate doing granny squares too. So micro crochet granny squares like while being the idea, and I'm kind of excited for the final result. The process is dreadful and I hate it with a passion. So every time I wanted to crochet something fun, I was like, no, you have to focus on the micro crochet, it's time sensitive, you're already late, you have to do this now, and so I procrastinated. I didn't do anything because I didn't want to do micro crochet, so I didn't do shit. I also tried to start 2 dolls, but I hate making dolls too, so that didn't go far. I started the bad doll and I quickly gave up because I hate it. I think I like the final result, but man, I hate making amigurumi dolls. Fucking hate it. And I also did a few pieces for the big voodoo curse doll, but that too I hate making. I don't know, it's like, I hate it. It's so much trial and error and you have to frog all the time. It's so hard and I hate it so much. So yeah, and also I have some sewing project to do, and they're there, and I'm procrastinating on them a lot because again, I just don't want to do it. It's not as fun as crocheting a blanket, which is what I want to do right now. So yeah, spend a lot of those 3 months not doing shit. In my defense, I also spent a lot of time in the garden, and basically all my spoons were there. But I did manage to do some stuff. One of the main things that I did, and that was really fun, was for a while I've been using those sleeves there that I found at a thrift store 2 years ago to cover my arm, because I have like I have a tattoo there that are like gold veins, and colored tattoo does not like the sun, especially on very fine skin like that, so I need to protect it in the summer. So I'm wearing sleeves. But that style of things, why practical? It's just not my style. It's like kawaii panda stuff. It's not my thing. I just don't like it. So I'm not excited. I'm never excited to wear that. So I was like, hey, you're not in it. Just make some. And so that's what I did. I made this one first. I loved it so much that I decided to make more. So I also made this one first for Halloween, because I knew, I thought that in October it will still be like hot and sunny, so I would need one of those sleeves to cover my arm while in October, and in October I wear a lot of Halloween stuff. So I wanted to do that. Fall kinda caught me by surprise by arriving like September 2nd. September 2nd, temperature dropped, it was raining all the time, it was grey, it was cold. So it kinda caught me by surprise, but I still really love them. And I made another one to look like a bee, and I love them so much, and they were so cute and fun to make. It took me like 2 days each, not knitting only a few hours a day, and it was so nice. One of the other things that happened in the last few months is I got a new neighbor, and she spends a lot of time on the stairs outside, so I talked to her a lot, and she was kind of nice, and she was decorating a place in black and white. I was like, I can make you a welcome gift, So I made this cushion, and I really like it. I was really proud of it, it was very fun. And then it turns out that she's an asshole. So of course I did not want to gift her a handmade, hours in the making pillow. So I kept it for myself, and it's okay, I really love it. It was really fun to make. It was like the gingham blanket with only 2 colors. Very fun, very cool, and I really like it. So no problem, I'm very proud of it. Only problem is I have a lot of problems with my neighbors right now. The old ones that have been there for years that I really like are leaving, and they are being replaced with complete assholes who cause a lot of problems. I think the landlord is like purposefully picking up really bad neighbors, bad tenants, just to drive us away so they can increase the rent. So like, sucks. This sucks. So that's where we're at. Neighbor-wise, it's like a lot of headache. And since she's an asshole, I'm keeping the pillow. I'm okay with that. I always want more pillows. I still have the same size of pillow base that I had planned to make something with it sewing wise, but I never made it, and crochet is so much more fun, so maybe I will do the same thing with like black and red instead, because that's what I have a lot of. But that's what I did in July. In August I managed to finish the base for the cotton sweater, the 2.0 version. Well, it's actually 3.0 version, but it's the second one. And I'm really proud of it. It's a little tighter than the other, which is weird because it's exact same amount of stitches. It's just weird. But here it is, and I still have to make the stars. So that's one of the things that's gonna happen in the next 3 months. In the next month, because it's going to be my Halloween costume this year. I need it finished by Halloween. But so embroidering stars is so much less fun than knitting or crocheting. So all the sewing has been, in the back burner because I just don't want to do it. But the pool is finished, and August is when I made the 3 sleeves. And I was doing, in theory, the micro crochet. I made 1 pillow, and then I got stuck on the granny squares because I'm not good at them. I think I need to actually practice making granny squares on normal yarn before I actually go micro crochet them, because they are a headache and I'm not used to them. I think it was a stupid idea to make my first granny squares in micro crochet, but it is what it is. And oh man, September is already finished. And then in September I haven't finished anything. I restarted my Oogie Boogie top because I wanted to, but then I made too many stitches. That's what I was knitting in the lake if you saw the video, and I had to rip it off and restart. But then no, it's not urgent. I have other things that are urgent, so they're going to the back burner for now. And something that I've done in these past months is the first half of the skirt. It's the mohair brushed yarn that I didn't know what to do with, so I decided to make a skirt with it. And only half of it, like I need the other half, and then I'm going to sew on the side with leaving a gap for a blanket, and I need a white base, and I'm going to need to block it because this is going to be needing a lot of blocking to look good. But that's fun. That was fun to make, and I still have the other half to make, but it's definitely a summer thing, and we're in fall now, and I was just not in the mood to do this anymore, and also I have other things to do. definitely much priorities. So now we're moving to what I have to do. But also one of the things that I did was, indeed, as planned, I did a lot of blocking, which is good. So I blocked all my shawls, and man, that was a pain in the ass, but it's so worth it because they look fantastic once blocked. I like them very much. They look very breathy, very nice. So worth it. I was supposed to block also the bolero that I needed. Problem is I can't find it. I don't know where I put it. So I could not block it, and honestly it's no longer blocking weather. I already finished blocking the grey one today, and it took forever to dry because it's cold and humid, and yeah, blocking is kind of a problem right now, so I'm not doing that anymore. And I procrastinated a lot on it too because blocking is pain in the ass. I didn't want to do that. So yeah, now we're moving to things that I have to do now. So first thing I'm going to do is make the blanket. This blanket is going to be a lot smaller because that is one of the accent colors, and I only have 4 balls of it. So it's going to be a lot smaller than the other, which is not bad. Probably going to be more baby blanket size. It's good because it's going to take less time. It's sad a little, but let's face it, it's just not going to happen with more than that. And this is definitely the color I want to use, and the yarn I want to use. I don't want to buy just yarn for it when I already did buy yarn just for it. So that's the combination for it. So it's gonna be a small one. I'm really itching to do it. I really want to do it. So that is what's going to happen first and foremost, so I can go back in the groove. I still have sewing to do, but honestly I don't want to do it, so we'll see. Blankets, first thing I do, and it's really a labor of absolute delight and joy. One other thing that I did not buy, and it broke my heart, is in the store where I bought the white one. They were the same set, but in two colors that were beautiful. One was rusty orange, and one was sage green, and they were gorgeous, and I was in full autumn mood. And all I wanted was to buy them and do something with them. I didn't know what. I didn't care. They were beautiful, and I wanted them so bad, and I didn't buy them. It broke my heart. So maybe if next year I'm done with like everything I wanted to do and I can buy yarn again, maybe I'll buy them and like make pumpkins or make blanket with them. I don't know. I hope so, because they were so beautiful and I wanted them so bad. I still have so much things to do before that, so I stopped myself. So I'm going to make that blanket. If I'm in the autumn mood after that, I've got this hood that I made ages ago now. I remade the hood again and again so many times. And you know, it was one of the first things I crocheted, and I'm really glad I did. I'm really proud of having made it. I've got that and a lot of accessory. I've got a bag, I've got 2 fingerless gloves, I've got a headband, I think. I've got a bunch of stuff done with that yarn. And look at that yarn, it's beautiful and I love working with it. Only thing that it has is it's felt a lot, so it's a problem, but other than that, it's beautiful and I love working with it. But I never wear the hood. It just sits awkwardly. It's clunky and it's big and it's too dense, and I never wear it. And I wore it once to accompany my neighbor to her run, like emotional support and all. It's just weird, it's just awkward. And so yeah, I didn't wear it. It's too hot. I'm never that cold, so I never wear it, which is a bit of a shame. So I'm considering undoing it, washing the yarn and starting again. And I think if I make an intricate, really cool pattern, I can make a blanket with that, and I will actually use that. I think I have enough yarn to do something if it's lacy enough, if it's not dense, because it's a very dense stitch. I think I can make a good, cool blanket with that, and I'm so in the mood to make blankets with. So we'll see, but yeah, that's going to go back into my stash pretty much once I have the energy for it. I still need to do the bad doll. I have like that done. But I hate making dolls, so I'm not going to force myself. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it can wait next year. A lot of the Halloween decor that I had planned will not happen this year anyway. So if it's going to happen next year, I really don't give a shit. In the same brand, I wanted to make a little Amigurumi ghost with this glow-in-the-dark yarn. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But if I want like a quick one-day project, following a tutorial because I'm not insane, It's not gonna happen if I have to make it myself and frog and redo and frog and redo. Cute small ghost with it. We'll see if I want a quick project just to change my mind. Yeah, sure, that's gonna happen. But if not, no pressure. It's not a priority. I'm not going to procrastinate other things because I have to focus on that, you know. Not my priority. The stars need to happen. They are very important. The bat, the blanket. The blanket, the first one was 250 stitches across. And that was the short side. But this one I have a lot less, so I think I'm going to go for 170 stitches at first. And then crochet until I'm out of yarn. We'll see. The Oogie Boogie top. Maybe if I want some knitting, yes. But it's not a priority. It's been in the work for a while. I don't have the complete outfit anyway, so it's not a priority. I don't have a deadline for it. It's fine. The sewing parts, one of them is the several pants, RM pants, and I'm going to knit it because I already had 2 winter pants falling apart on me this year. I really need to replenish my wardrobe with something that is comfy and that is durable, so that several really needs to happen. The pants part is already done. I just have to make pockets and a waistband for it. It's no big deal, but it has to happen, and I hate sewing, so at least I am sewing now. It takes a lot more time, but at least I'm not wrangling with my stupid machine, so it's going to be a lot nicer to work with. And finally, the one very important thing that is going to happen is, for this month, we're only talking this month, is I have a dread set, a synthetic dread set that I wanted to make for a while and I still haven't done it. I have the hair already split and prepared there. I just need to do it. It takes a lot of time, but I need to do it. It's going to be black and white twists in a in a Tim Burton kind of way. I want to use them to make like a Jack Skellington outfit. I think it'd be really fun. I'm really excited to wear them, but I need them to happen before Halloween because I want to wear them for Halloween. Or at least like the second half of October, so I really need them to happen really fast now. So they're a priority, and after that it's still going to be fall, so the blanket, if I haven't finishing it, maybe make the blanket with the orange yarn, the headbands for my neighbor, and with the leftover from that I'm going to put some red. I'm going to make some Gavly goats, one for me, one for my best friend, and I think that's already a lot to do. So yeah, I'm going to be busy. So that's happening, but yeah, there's a lot to do. I will tell you what I managed to do in the next video. Well, not the next video, the next dispatch video. And it's going to be the end of December, so it's going to be the 1 year update. See what I managed to do to make in 1 year. I will tell you right now, I will not have done everything. I will not have gotten rid of my stash completely. I'm okay with that. It's probably going to be a 2 years project to get rid completely of my stash. And that's reasonable, I think. So yeah, that's what's gonna happen. I'll see you in 3 months. See how much I messed up. Alright, Thank you for sticking out for this long video. And I'll see you soon. Long story short, the blanket idea tanked. So far I spent $29 on yarn for a blanket that I'm not going to make. Fuck my life. Honestly, I don't know what I expected. It was a shitty day from the start. Everything went wrong. Like, literally everything went fucking wrong. So, of course, it was not the good day to start a project. And yet I did, and now I'm finishing the day on as bad a note as I started it. For the details, where's this bitch? There. This brown yarn, I only have 4 balls, so it would have been a very small blanket, and already that was pissing me off. But then it also, despite asking for 3 to 3.5 millimeter needles, it is thicker than the others. So I don't know how to measure this shit, but it's not working. Also, they're 40 grams balls, so it's even smaller. And it's thicker, it's not the same texture. The blanket, because I started it just looked super half. Like, the brown stood out, just not because of the color, but because texture, and it was thicker. The brown square was thicker. So, yeah, so we are tanking that idea, which sucks. So now I've got all of that yarn that I can't use. If I want to make a blanket with it, a gingham blanket, I'm going to have to buy a third color. So spend another $14 on a color that may or may not look good. So that sucks. And I just don't want to do this now. First, because I spent a lot of money already this month. And secondly, because the goal was to stop buying yarn. I was, in the end, all I did was buy yarn to go with this bloody yellow one. And it's not even a pretty yellow. I could do something else with it, I guess. I have no idea why, but do I really want to make a blanket with it? Because so far it's caused a lot of problems. So we're back to square one, and these go back to the stash with a big flat interrogation point on top of it. And I don't have a project to work on right now. Fuck my life. I kind of want to undo the poncho, the hood, to use the yarn to make a blanket, but I was kind of thinking of a complicated lace pattern that started from the center and, makes a huge square with a lot of details, a lot of stuff. And I don't have a pattern for this. It would be nice if I found a pattern for it. But if I don't, I'm gonna have to figure it out. And it's not a simple project. It's not a simple gingham blanket where I can just crochet away 10 stitch, 10 stitch, 10 stitch squares. It sucks. So I don't have the brain for the ear wrench blanket at the moment. I should do the sewing, so that's probably what I'm going to do because I'm running out of stuff to do. Right now, all the stuff I have to do are the sewing that I don't particularly want to do, the stars on the cordon sweater that I don't particularly want to do, the bat doll that I don't want to do, the glow in the dark ghost that I don't want to do, the Oogie Boogie top that is like already the 5th try and I'm kinda done with it. I don't particularly want to do it right now, and it's knitting. I wanted to do some crochet. And that's it. That's it. Because I was saving myself for the blanket. So, yeah. And also I've got this, and I've got off-white, and I still don't have a color because I need beige to make those damn gavellicoats. So I'm kind of stuck. I'm still gonna have to buy some yarn, at least some beige, for this damn goat. And some yarn if I want to make this into a blanket or something else. I don't know. I don't know. And it sucks. It sucks so much. I'm kind of stuck. I'll figure it out. But it's a shitty day, and I apparently cannot be trusted to make decisions on this day because bad luck is gonna come for my ass. So I'm not going to even attempt to find a solution today because whatever I will find and try will fail today. So the best course of action is to shower and go to bed. Sadly. And guess I'll figure it out tomorrow. If I do have an idea, I will film an update. If not, you're gonna have to guess in the comments, and I'll tell you if you're right or not. Did I mention fuck my life? So it's the start of another day, and I feel like shit. It's probably still gonna be, a shitty day, but I think it's gonna be better than yesterday. Probably like bad luck wise. Hopefully things that I start will not fall apart on me. So I've got new ideas. Improvise, adapt, overcome, whatever that guy said. I used to watch it a lot when I was a teen, but it was obviously dubbed in French, so I do not know the exact word in English. Whatever. So I still feel like making a blanket. That was the goal. So I found a tutorial for a baby blanket that I like the design of. And it's gonna be complicated, so it's not gonna be as brainless as I would have hoped. But it's still a blanket, and I think I will really like the result. So that's what I'm going to use that yarn for. So one of the first thing I'm going to have to do is going to undo everything that I made with this yarn, which is a lot. And put them into skeins and block them to remove all the tension from it. So that's one thing. I still want something brainless, so I'm gonna use the off-white yarn to make a pillow cover, so the same pillow shape as the black and white one that I made in single crochet, and I'm going to cross stitch a design on it because I've been wanting to make a cross stitch pillow forever. I just think it's really fun, and it's not super autumnal, but I'm going to cross stitch using those colors because it's going to be about an azure, so it's gonna be like Copper Americans themes. So those colors are really pretty. I think they're gonna be making a really cool cross-stitch themed copper themed cross-stitch. It's early and I did not sleep well. So that's one thing. That's going to be the brainless thing I'm going to do now. It's not super autumnal, but we make do with what I have. Now for the yellow yarn, because obviously now that I have it, I'm going to have to use it. As I was saying before, my camera rudely and very loudly interrupted me. For the yellow yarn, I do have it. I do like the texture, it's very soft, it's very nice. And I do need to use it, because the whole point of the Destache is to use the yarn that I have. So obviously the previous idea of the blanket tanked. But I still have it. I want to make something with it. So I was thinking of making a sunflower pillow with it. I know I like pillows. I have like this sofa that is so full of them, and it's not even all of them. It really makes me happy. So I want to make a pillow with it. And I want to make a sunflower shaped pillow. Problem is, it's not a very nice shade of yellow, which is a shame because yellow is my favorite color. But it's a very cool greenish yellow. It's not a pretty yellow. It would have been fine in the blanket because it would have been between two other colors and honestly would have been fine. But on its own, it doesn't scream sunflower to me. There are, in fact, a few species of a few varieties of sunflowers that are more on the greenish side. And I will know because I have like 12 different varieties of sunflowers currently growing into both of my gardens. So I would know. There is actually a variety that I had access to. I had the... Man, words are hard. I had seeds for, but I didn't plant them because greenish yellow is not my favorite. It's too cold. And this is a little dirty green yellow. It's not pretty to make the sunflowers with. So since it's not 100% acrylic, there is some wool in it. It's like 25% wool, I think. It might take dye. So I'm going to dye it just to tone it warmer. So I've got this Indian corn dye that is slightly warmer yellow. I don't think it's the right call since I want to shift it, but I know it's not going to take the dye yet well. I might go full on orange to bring warmth to it, and I know it's not going to turn orange because it's not going to absorb all of it. So orange might be the way to go. I don't know if it's going to take the color evenly since a lot of it is still plastic. So it's going to be interesting, I think. And maybe the result would be a very interesting color with like different tone within the yarn. I think it's going to be cool. So the second thing after, undoing the hood is going to be turning those balls that I spent most of yesterday making into skeins so I can dye them. And it sucks, but also, to be fair, I wouldn't have been able to dye them in the balls that I came in, so it's fine. But it sucks to have, wasted so much time to make something that I didn't do. It's fine, it's fine. So, yeah, right now, instead of having nothing to do except the things that I don't want to do, I now have undoing the hood and making it up to blanket, making the cross-stitch pillow with the off-white, and making those into skeins and dyeing them. So I have plans now, which is good. And since I'm now experimenting with dyeing yarn, I was like, hey, you know what? You do have some white yarn. Maybe dye it with some brown to make it beige, so you wouldn't have to buy beige yarn to make the Gavlet goats. And I was like, that's a good idea. But all of the white yarn I have is 100% acrylic, which obviously is not going to take the dye. So it does suck quite a lot, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'm still going to have to find some beige yarn if I make the Gavlet goats, which I want to. I really want to. That's something to take into account, but it's not for now. I think I'm going to go back to the thrift store at the end of October and see if they have beige yarn. If they don't have beige yarn, I will take the Gavlet goats idea for next year, which will suck, but also I have so many stuff to do already that making those goats by Christmas, before Christmas, so I can send them to my friend in time for Christmas. It sucks. It's just, it would suck. So making it would suck, not making it would suck. I'm going to take the high road and probably tank it and keep it for next year. We'll see how far I can get in a month from all of the stuff I have to do. Then we'll see in November what I do. I have so much baking to do in the next 3 months that crochet is not going to be my priority. We'll see. We'll see how I feel. We'll see what I want to do. If I found the correct yarn at the thrift store or not. We'll see. Anyway, that is all for today. I will see you in 3 months to show you what I will have managed to do. Let me know if you want an update before that. I think every 3 months is both too long and reasonable, so I'm not exactly the right person to say. I know a lot of people make updates every month once they try to de-stash, but I don't. I complete a lot in a month, so that feels a little unrealistic. Anyway, should stop talking because I'm not making a lot of sense. I'm too tired. So that's the plan. I've got a lot of putting yarn into skeins work to do. I'll see you soon. Bye bye!